Hello, my G's, and welcome to G Free with Friends and Family. Today, we're going to do a little something different and explore a dish, an authentic dish from another country, Brazil. Today, we're going to be making Brazilian cheese bread, also known as pão de queijo. I hope I said that right for all my Brazilian friends out there. Anyway, let's get in the kitchen and get started. Okay, my G's, let's get ready to make some Brazilian cheese bread. We're going to start off with a half a cup of cheese, any kind of cheese you like, it doesn't matter. I'm using Colby pepper jack because that's what I have in the house. A teaspoon of salt, 1.5 cups of tapioca flour, here's one, woo! And a half. 3/4 cups of milk, 1 egg, and 1/3 cup of oil. We're using vegetable oil today, but you could use olive oil, any kind of oil you want. We're going to put the top on. And blend it up. I'm going to scrape down the sides to make sure that everything gets incorporated. Now, ideally, I would have a muffin tin to put this in, but I don't. So I have these little cupcake papers, and hopefully this is going to work out for me. Hopefully. We'll see. The consistency looks good. It should be the consistency of a pancake batter. I'm not going to fill these too much because I don't want them to collapse on me. Yeah, the mini muffin tins would have worked out nicely. But we'll see how this turns out. So I'm going to bake this for about 25 minutes at 400 degrees. I just took them out of the oven and they look amazing. I'm going to put in the rest of the batter and then we're going to eat them. See you in a minute. Okay, so the Brazilian cheese bread is done and it smells delicious and it's nice and warm. And I'll give you a close-up look. think of that? Is that beautiful or what? It feels like Brazilian cheese bread. The pull is like Brazilian cheese bread. Let's see how it tastes. It's nice and chewy, crispy on the outside. I think we have a winner here. I have a few friends from Brazil, and they're going to be really impressed that I was able to make this authentic treat. It's good. I think if I did anything different, I would probably use an aged cheddar to get a stronger flavor. Because the Colby Jack, although it adds that element of spice, I like a cheesier flavor. Some people like to put mozzarella, which has, you know, a very mild cheesy taste, but I go for the stronger cheese breads. But you can put any kind of cheese you like in it. This is good. So I told my friend, the one who introduced me to Pound Caju, I told him that I was making it, and he laughed. Wait till I tell him how good it turned out. So good. But I have a funny story to tell you about him, and I know he's going to see this. And we've talked about it since it happened, but it was so funny. I moved into a new apartment. And he came by to bless my apartment, say a little prayer, you know. It was very nice. And then he said, I want to make something for you that it's a recipe from my auntie back in Brazil. I'm like, really? And you remember it? He goes, yeah, I make it all the time, or I used to make it all the time. So I baked, so he knew that I would have everything, you know, that he needed in my kitchen. So he goes in the kitchen, and I'm watching him bake this cake. And he puts the flour and the sugar and the butter and whatever. But in the flour, he wanted to put baking powder. So I give him the baking powder, and he put some in. I thought it was a little bit much, the amount that he put. And then he keeps putting more and more and more. And I'm like, are you sure this is how your auntie used to make it? And he goes, oh yes, and it's so delicious. And he whips up the cake and the batter and puts it in the pan. And of course, it comes out very tall from all that baking powder. And it was beautiful. It was a beautiful cake. We cut a slice. And it was me and the kids there. And we tasted it. And we're like, it's good. So he was there and, you know, he watched us eat it. And I tell you, this cake, it would have been very good if it weren't for all that baking soda or baking powder. It was the funniest thing. And what we used to do, I didn't want to throw it out in case he came back soon, you know. So whenever I knew he was coming over, we would cut slices and throw them away. Just to make it seem like we were eating the cake. And then one day he has a piece too, and he doesn't say anything. It wasn't until years later that I knew that he realized that he put too much baking powder in that cake. And then I told him, I'm like, we used to take slices and throw it away so you would think that we were eating it. And every now and then when we're talking, me and the kids might come up and say, remember when he made that baking soda cake? So funny. But it was beautiful. I think that I would like him to make it again, but with less baking powder. But it's the thought that counts. Anyway, I'm going to try not to eat these all now because they're so light and airy and tasty. You tend to want to just keep eating them, you know? And that's not good. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And hit the notification bell so that you know when I'm coming out with another video. And in the meantime, count your blessings. Be a blessing to someone else. And be kind to yourself. Until next time.